Okay, so what if I told you the whole 8-hour sleep rule is, well, kind of a myth? And that myth might be the exact reason you can sleep all night and still wake up feeling like you've been run over. The secret isn't about sleeping longer, it's all about sleeping smarter.
We've all been there, right? You do everything you're supposed to, you get 8 solid hours, but that alarm clock goes off and you're just hit with this wall of brain fog. It makes absolutely no sense. But here's the thing, you're not alone. And the problem isn't you, it's that you've been measuring the wrong thing this whole time.
All right, lean in for this because this is the big idea that changes everything. The number of hours you're asleep is almost irrelevant to your brain. See, your brain operates on its own hidden schedule, this deep rhythm of work and recovery. And learning to work with that schedule, that's the key to unlocking amazing energy every single day.
So, this means we've got to totally flip the script. We have to shift our thinking from quantity of sleep to the quality of sleep. We are no longer chasing a number on the clock. The new goal, and really the only goal that actually matters, is letting your brain complete its natural, non-negotiable sleep cycles. This right here is the magic number. Your entire night of sleep is built out of these 90-minute blocks. A good way to think about it is like episodes of a TV show. You wouldn't just turn off a great episode 10 minutes before the big finale, right? Well, your brain feels the exact same way. It needs to finish the whole episode to get all the benefits.
So inside each of those 90-minute cycles, your brain is doing this incredible 2-act play. First, it goes into deep sleep. This is for all the physical repair, healing your muscles, boosting your immune system, the heavy lifting. Then it transitions into the second act, REM sleep. This is where your mind gets to work, processing emotions, locking in memories, and even sparking creative ideas. You have to complete both acts to feel truly refreshed.
You know that horrible, groggy, where am I feeling when your alarm just shrieks you awake? Yeah, that actually has a name. It's called sleep inertia. And it's not just being tired. It's the direct result of your alarm ripping you out of the middle of one of those critical cycles. It is the #1 enemy of a great morning.
Okay, here's a really simple way to think about it that makes it all click. Imagine your brain is this super powerful computer, and every single night it has to download and install a huge, critical software update to run at its best the next day.
Waking up in the middle of a sleep cycle is exactly like yanking the power cord out of the wall while that update is at, say, 50%. The whole installation gets corrupted. So when you try to boot up in the morning, your system is slow, it's buggy, and it's just glitching all day long. That's your brain fog and your low energy in a nutshell.
But on the other hand, when you let your brain complete its full 90-minute cycles, you're letting that update install perfectly. And the result? You wake up, your system reboots instantly, and your brain is running faster, smoother, and way more efficiently than you thought possible.
Okay, so that's the what. Now for the how. How do we actually do this? Let's talk about the first practical tool. This is how you stop pulling the plug mid-update and start timing your wake-up for that perfect moment, right in the sweet spot between your sleep cycles. The math here is actually super simple. Stop aiming for a vague 8 hours and start thinking in multiples of 90 minutes. All you have to do is work backward from when you need to get up. So if you need to be up at 6 a.m., try to be asleep by 10:30 p.m. That gives you 7.5 hours, which is 5 complete, uninterrupted cycles. Your alarm will then go off when you're in a light stage of sleep, and waking up will feel, well, easy. So timing your sleep is half the battle, but how do you make sure you actually fall asleep when you're supposed to? That's where our next tool comes in. It's called the 3-2-1 countdown, and it's basically a pre-flight checklist for your brain. It goes like this: 3 hours before you want to be asleep, no more heavy meals. This lets your body rest instead of working on digestion. 2 hours before, stop all work. No more problem solving or stressful tasks. And the most important one, 1 hour before bed, kill all screens. Phones, laptops, TVs. That blue light is basically telling your brain it's the middle of the day. And this countdown isn't just some random set of rules, it's pure biology. When you follow these steps, you're systematically shifting your brainwaves. You're guiding them down from that busy, active beta state into the calm, relaxed alpha state. And that alpha state? It's literally the neurological doorway to sleep. You're not forcing yourself to sleep, you're just opening the door and inviting it in. Okay, so we've got the tactics now. We know how to time our cycles, and we know how to prepare our brain for rest. But to make all this stick, we need one last piece of the puzzle, the mindset. This is the simple belief that separates the highest performers from everyone else when it comes to sleep. And here it is. This is the big one. Sleep is not a luxury. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a strategic performance tool. It is your body's recovery mode that sharpens your mind, balances your emotions, and fuels your best work. Protecting your sleep isn't lazy. It is the absolute smartest, most productive thing you can do.
And hey, for an extra edge, here are 2 little bonus tips to flip the on switch in the morning. For the first 10 minutes you're awake, try to get some natural sunlight in your eyes. This triggers serotonin, which boosts your mood and clarity. Then, for an instant jolt of energy, a quick burst of movement, or even just splashing cold water on your face will trigger dopamine and wipe away any of those last remaining cobwebs.
So look, if you only take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. The game was never about how long you sleep. It was always about how well you sleep. The goal isn't to just sleep more, it's to sleep smarter.
When you finally master your rest, you unlock a level of energy and clarity that honestly feels like a superpower.